Hi class, happy 4th of July. Welcome to week 5. Definitely some things going on this week, so I want to focus you in on those. Chapter 9 and 11, Chapter 10 looks like it always does. So let's get you to introductory problem statement. So your signature assignment is now live, and if you go to this button right here and click on it, you can open your signature assignment. This is how you will upload your signature assignment. I will also be creating another place for you to upload it, and I'll tell you about that later. Before you do anything in the problem statement, I would like you to please read through your signature assignment. You really need to make sure that you understand these sections because the journal is not this section. The journal is mainly a check-in to make sure you understand the process. This is worth almost 20% of your grade in the course. And so you really want to make sure that you're on the right page with this. So please definitely go in and read that. And then let's go back to weekly folders. And let's go to our problem statement. So right here, this is where you are going to tell me about what you think you should change. You're picking a couple different recommendations. They have to be scientifically founded. And you are going to execute these changes for 7 consecutive days. Now, obviously, this is summertime, and so this process is going to move really fast. You will be graded on making these changes and the thoroughness with which you do this assignment. And so with this problem statement, what you're doing is you're telling me what the problem is, hereditary cardiovascular disease, too much sugar, so on. And then you are telling me the recommendations that you would follow to address this problem. Okay? And there's more detail about that in the diet analysis assignment. And so basically, here you're just focusing on connecting some of these experiences in your life to the recommendations that you follow. The purpose of this assignment is that it is specific to you. And that's why I'm not telling you what to do. You are deciding for yourself that you don't eat enough fruits or vegetables, or you eat too much sugar. Or maybe after last week, your discussion boards looked awesome. Maybe it's a protein issue. So there's lots of different things that you could address in this. Big mistakes that students often make are they want to drink more water. Well, that's super great. Drink more water, but that's not a 20% of your grade assignment. Okay, so if you want to include more water, awesome, but definitely be thinking about adding in other recommendations to it. Also really be thinking about with this, because eventually next week you'll do an action statement, be thinking about, okay, so you're going to tell me you're not going to eat sugar. Awesome. Well, the problem with that is if you then eat Doritos, bacon cheeseburgers, and fries all week, did you actually have a healthy diet either? No, not really. And so be thinking about that a little bit too, okay? Because this is the process where your brain really starts to turn over it. And so if you choose a no sugar recommendation, for example, which is the example I'll give you, I'm not saying that you have to by any means, then you want to be thinking about, okay, well, what goes in place of that? That's where you pick another recommendation, right? So that is this. And so I will try to give you feedback really fast on these so you can begin your action statement, which is going to be next week. In addition, you have an exam this week, straightforward, just like the other. And then let's get to the vitamin and mineral. So we're about to get into vitamins and minerals, and you can see that down here. This week you are prepping for your vitamin and mineral presentation, okay? Everything you need for your presentation is in here. Every student needs to select what they want to present on in this wiki. And let's see, I haven't looked at it, so maybe, see, Jeremy, for example, perfect example, thank you, Jeremy, threw his name on here by editing the wiki. So Jeremy is definitely doing vitamin E. And so that's what you need to do in order to select what you're going to present on. And so how you're going to do it is outlined right here. And so you want to read through that. You are going to make a video presentation. You do not need to record yourself. What I'm giving you actually is Screencast-O-Matic right here. And this is a great tool. It's what I use to make all of my videos for you. And so you don't need to physically put yourself in the presentation. You can just record your screen like I do. It's a 2-minute presentation, and so you really want to follow the instructions on here. Biggest mistake that students make is they tell me things that aren't important. Remember, it's a 2-minute presentation right here, right? And so we really want to think about what are the good things to convey. For example, I say do not discuss deficiencies if we don't see them. So, for example, calcium, vitamin D, possibly vitamin A. These are things right off the top of my head. I'm not saying they're the only ones that we can be deficient in. But if you talk to me about vitamin E deficiency, well, Jeremy already got this, I know. But we don't really see vitamin E deficiency. And so you don't want to spend time on that. You want to spend time on the other stuff. Okay, here's your grading rubric for that. And this is designed for next week, the next week's material, right? So you'll see when you're done with your presentation, you're going to upload your presentation to one of these 4 discussion boards. And then the other students get to watch these to learn about that vitamin or mineral. You only are selecting one, just to make sure you know that. And then what I also have for you right here is I have 2 function lists. This will actually really help you keep track, because one of the things that students struggle with the most is keeping all the functions straight, because there's lots of vitamins and minerals. We're not even fully covering all of them. And so here you can kind of take notes as you're watching your students' videos, and that way you're ready to go for the exam, because you will have an exam directly following all of this material. That is not this week, but you're prepping the presentation for this week. Okay, so let's go back here. So now you can see, here's week 5, everything you need. Note that you have to have selected your vitamin and mineral, right? Because your vitamin and mineral is due by the 11th, okay? And it's due in time to get us set up for week 6, okay? Because that's when you are going to need those videos. Okay, so have a wonderful 4th of July week. I hope that this was helpful, and I will talk to you soon.